When investigative journalist Clara Donnelly began researching unusual disappearances across the state, she never expected 5 unrelated cases, each separated by years, distances, and lifestyles, to overlap with eerie precision. But the moment she pinned the locations on her office wall, she felt her stomach drop. 5 people, 5 vanishings, 5 locations perfectly aligned along a forgotten rail corridor that hadn't operated since 1992. There was no logical connection, yet the line connecting them was too straight, too intentional, too exact to ignore. This is her reconstructed timeline, still unsolved, still haunting. Case 1. The Night Runner. Victim: Jaden Hale, 33. Missing: June 11, 2016. Jaden, a marathon enthusiast, went for a late-night run along the Pine Bridge Trail. Witnesses saw him twice, once heading out and once approximately 40 minutes later, sprinting back toward town, looking panicked. A woman walking her dog recalled him shouting something like, "He's back." No one knows who he was. Jaden's smartwatch data ended abruptly at 9:42 p.m., exactly where the Pine Bridge Trail crosses a sealed-off railway service path. Searchers found footprints, his, leading to the rusted gate. The gate was still chained, still locked. No signs of tampering, but Jaden never returned. Case 2. The Detour. Victim: Mika Santos, 24. Missing: October 3, 2019. Mika worked as a rideshare driver while finishing her nursing degree. A passenger request near the Old Red and Rail depot pinged her phone around 11:13 p.m. Her last confirmed message to a friend was, "Weird pickup spot. No buildings here. Just weeds and that old track." Mika's car was found the next morning 2 miles away, pulled neatly onto the shoulder. Her hazard lights were on. The driver's door was closed, but the interior light suggested it had been opened recently. Her keys remained in the ignition. Her wallet was untouched. Her phone was missing, but later discovered smashed beneath the depot's boarded platform. Lab analysis confirmed someone else had held it, but no fingerprints were recovered. No blood, no DNA, just dust, and the faint scent of rust. Case 3. The Camper Who Knew the Woods. Victim: Ronald Rook Turner, 47. Missing: August 29, 2008. An experienced outdoorsman, Rook camped every month in the isolated Marrow Pines region. He knew the land better than most park rangers. So when he radioed in a distress signal, the county assumed he'd encountered a wild animal. But his words didn't match an animal attack. Something's moving along the old tracks. It's not walking right. His campsite was untouched. His emergency flare was spent. His rifle leaned against a tree, loaded. His boot prints ended near an overgrown slope that once overlooked the central rail line. Beside them lay a second set of prints, bare, narrow, and spaced far apart, like someone taking unnatural strides. Those prints ended too. Nothing else remained. Case 4. The College Student. Victim: Lena Marks, 20. Missing: February 14, 2022. Lena left a study group on campus around 9:10 p.m. Her last known location was a parking lot behind the old industrial wing, a wing that bordered an abandoned rail spur hidden behind chain-link fencing. CCTV showed her walking toward her car. Then she froze. She turned towards something outside the camera's frame and whispered, "Not again." She dropped her keys. They slid under her car. Before she could bend to retrieve them, the footage distorted, heavy interference, then cut to static for 12 seconds. When the video resumed, Lena was gone. Her car remained. Her backpack lay beside the rear wheel. Residents nearby reported hearing a long, metallic scraping sound minutes later, described as like train wheels on tracks that shouldn't exist anymore. Case 5. The Brothers of Redvale. Victims: Tanner and Milo Briggs, 11 and 14. Missing: July 7, 2004. The Briggs brothers were last seen exploring the woods behind their home, where childish curiosity led them to the collapsed entrance of the old Redvale Tunnel. The same tunnel sealed after the rail shut down in '92. A neighbor heard the boys shouting excitedly. Then one shouted again, this time in fear. "Close it! Close it!" The neighbor assumed they were playing. He didn't intervene. Their bikes were discovered neatly placed beside the tunnel. A few candy wrappers. A flashlight still warm. Inside the tunnel, searchers found no children. But they did find something else. Deep in the dust were streaks. Parallel grooves, like something heavy had been dragged toward the tunnel's sealed inner wall. The same sealed wall where Jaden's smartwatch signal had stopped 12 years later. Clara Donnelly eventually uncovered old transit authority records from 1989 to 1992, during which numerous railway workers filed complaints of a tall figure seen walking the tracks at night. Always at a distance, always silent. The reports described unnatural stride spacing, lanky silhouette, extreme stillness when observed, eyes reflecting light like an animal. The internal memo summarizing the sightings was blunt. Employees are reporting a non-employee repeatedly accessing restricted areas. Investigate when possible. There is no recorded follow-up, no investigation notes, no explanation. But the sightings stopped the same year the line shut down. Then, years later, the 5 vanishings began, each tied to the abandoned railway's path, as though something still traveled it. Something that moved only at night. Something silent. Something patient. Locals now call the unknown figure the line walker. Police do not acknowledge the name. To this day, the 5 cases remain open. No bodies. No conclusive evidence. No confirmed link. But Clara keeps a single photograph pinned on her office board. A satellite shot of the 62-mile abandoned rail line at night. In the far corner of the image, near a broken segment of track, a faint figure appears, blurred, elongated. When she submitted the image for analysis, the technician said, "It's probably nothing. A shadow maybe." But the technician later admitted something that he refused to put in writing. The shadow, it wasn't cast by anything. And the 5 who vanished? Their cases remain unsolved. Their families still wait. Their last known locations still fall perfectly along the rail line that should have been forgotten.